So we're going to set up a victory screen for when our player beats all the levels. And that's going to take the form of a completely new scene. So we're going to go to File, a new scene, and we're going to basically just create a simple canvas in this world. So we're going to create a UI, and it's going to have a bit of text on it. So now we have this in place. We're going to scroll and zoom out. I'm going to grab this bit of default text that's in place, and we're going to make it white so that we can see it properly. And I'm going to make the font size quite a bit bigger. We can't see it there now, but I need to make this bit of text bigger too. Put it into the middle just so it makes sense. And then we're going to center all this text here like this. So perfect. And then we're just going to make it say in big letters, congratulations. Whoop, that should have an S on it there. We'll make it a bit bigger again actually. So it's taking up a lot of the screen. Make our font nice and big like that. If we switch over to our game view, we want to make sure that our background is not this kind of weird blue color. So we go to our camera and make sure that's black like that. Then just below our bit of text here, we're going to add another bit of text underneath it. So we're going to add another UI text here. And this bit of text is going to say, so we're saying congratulations to our player. And we want to let them know, hey, you've defeated our game and you also got a certain amount of points. So we're going to say here, congratulations, you beat the game with, we're going to change this so that it's white text, and we'll move it down a little bit to here. I'll make it a little bit bigger as well actually, and center it again. I'll make the font size a bit bigger. So you beat the game with, and then we're going to click and drag it down again one more. Actually, sorry, no, we're not going to click and drag it down. First of all, we're going to duplicate it like that, and then we'll click and drag this copy down. And in this copied bit of text, we're going to say XXX points. And then we're going to create a script that will read from our player pref setting and find out what our current score that our player got was, and it will make that display here. So to do that, we're going to just save this scene first of all, and go into save it in our scenes folder, and we'll just call it victory. And then we're going to go into our scripts folder, and we're going to create a new C# script that we will call, we'll just call it victory screen, I think. Victory screen. And we'll open this up in MonoDevelop, give it a second. And there's two things then we want this victory screen to be able to do. We want our players obviously to be able to load back to the main menu. So we'll do a simple, if the player presses any button, then it'll load to the main menu. Otherwise, the only other thing we wanted to do is, as soon as this scene loads up, we wanted to pop in the right amount of points. So we have one bit of text that shows how many points we have. So we'll create a reference to that first. We'll say, we're going to say a public text, but of course to do that, we need to include the UI part of Unity. So we'll say Unity, using Unity engine dot UI, and then we can say public text, we'll say player score, and then as soon as this level loads up, we'll make it say, okay, on our player score dot text, we are going to set that to be equal to whatever's in our player prefs. So that's player prefs dot get int, and the int we want to get is the current score. And then we also want to say current score plus a space and points to reflect what we wrote back here in the game. So we wrote XXX space points, and then we want to say however many points we have plus whatever the points are. So perfect, we'll save that. The next thing we wanted to do is whenever our player presses any button, we want to load up the main menu. So we will need to make sure we're using the scene management part of Unity. So using Unity engine dot scene management, and then in our update we'll check if input dot any key down. So if our player presses any key, we want to load, or sorry, scene manager dot load scene and the scene we want to load is our main menu. So perfect, there we go. We've got that in place now, so let's go back into the game. We're going to let that compile for a second. I'm not sure if any current score value should actually be stored at the moment. It probably shouldn't be, but either way we might end up with either 0 or a few points in here when we run the game. But let's make sure we hook up this before we do anything else. So on our canvas, I'm going to attach the victory screen script to that. Then for player score, we're going to add the final text box that we created into there. And now we can press play. And as soon as it gets going, we should get, congratulations, you beat the game with 0 points. That's not a lot of points for us to have, but that's okay. And if we press a button, we load back to the main menu. So let's set it up so that we can actually load into this victory screen. So I'm going to save this. We're going to go back to our scenes. We're going to go to level 2. And here in level 2, we'll zoom in a little bit here, but what we're going to want to do is on our, where is our victory screen? Level complete, here we go. So on our level complete, on our canvas here, the level we want to load, instead of loading level 2 next, we want to load victory. And before we test this out, we need to make sure that our victory scene is added into our build settings. So we pop victory in there. Perfect. Now we can save and we can play this level. And hopefully, if we can manage to beat it, we should get taken straight to our victory screen. So let's destroy all of these. Actually, just to speed things up a bit, I'm going to destroy these ones manually and we'll switch back to our game. There we go, our level is complete because there's no more bricks left in the level. We can press any key and there we go, congratulations, we got 1400 points and we completed the game. And there you go, that's everything we need to do in our game. It's all set up. We've got a complete gameplay loop starting from our main menu. Our players are able to play through a bunch of levels, hopefully with differently laid out bricks along the way. And finally, once they get past the last level, they're taken to this victory screen and they let them know, hey, you beat the game, well done. And then if they press any button, they get taken back to the start screen to start it all over again. That's perfect, that's exactly what we want. The only thing to be aware of is to make sure that in each of your levels that you're doing, that you make sure and set on your level complete screen that it will load into the next level. And as I said then, I want to see a variety of levels created by people using this system, and you can lay out your bricks in a different way and see how it works for your players. So we've got all this working, the only thing left to do is to build the final game.